Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading How Did You Get Fat? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. Beer and pizza. Alcohol is such a diet killer. I put on so much weight when I went to college because of the amount I drank. For me, it's not so much about drinking, of course it affects too, it's the eating that comes along with the drinking alcohol. When I'm drunk, I just can't resist going to McDonald's or getting a pizza. I haven't eaten McDonald's or other junk food sober for like a year, but when I'm drunk, I've been weighing myself every day since summer. My weight has stayed the same. On the weekdays, I always lose about a pound, but on the weekend, I gain it back. I keep double stuffed Oreos in the freezer. I regret nothing. I regret some things. I was raised poorly and now have a horrible relationship with food. I tend to go from one extreme to the next. I comfort eat, then I feel bad, so I starve. I was always a fat kid. Right around puberty, fat kids generally go one way or the other. Either they get into sports and become Bill, that guy who was ripped but used to be fat, or they discover Dr. Pepper in video games and become, yep, that's Bill, he's fat. I was the latter, not the former. Working graveyard for a year at a Holiday Inn Express. I was right across the street from a McDonald's, so I would eat that almost every day. Plus I would drink about 3 cups of coffee each night, and each cup would have 5 sugars and 5 creamers. I also used to make the complimentary breakfast for the entire hotel and would eat as much as I pleased. I gained 70 pounds in October 2010 to October 2011. I never even noticed how big I got, which was the crazy thing. I've lost about 60 pounds since, and I'm getting almost back to my normal weight thanks to cutting out dairy, jogging, and just eating a lot less. Working at a goddamn donut shop. When I was 16, over a summer, I ate chocolate cookies, yogurts, and crisps every day, like crap loads of stuff. I ballooned to 280 pounds from about 200. I went back to school after summer and was ridiculed. This was before digital cameras, and even though I had to start going to a shop called Mr. Big and Tall, read Mr. Fat Friggers, I never saw myself on a photo, so never realized my enormity, despite the taunts. But that was over 10 years ago. I lost it all after a few years. Damage is still done though. I wouldn't say I'm huge, but I'm clearly overweight. At my smallest, I was a size 0, 5 foot 4 inches and 110 pounds. I'm now 5 foot 4, size 11 and 155. I hate it, but I did it to myself. All I ate was fast food and soda for a while, and it shows. It just kind of crept up on me. One day I woke up and realized I was fat, but I'm working on getting it under control now. My story too. Especially hard to keep it going when you're a girl. Time of the month cravings, binging, etc. But it can be done. You just gotta be hopeful and patient. I eat when I'm stressed out, and it happens a lot. I'm 225 pounds at 5 foot 11 inches. I got guts and man chest, but I don't look as fat as I should because I lift weights. I'm 230 pounds at 5 foot 6. I'm a yo-yo dieter. I've always been chubby. My first diet was at 8 years old, so I've always been hyper conscious of what I eat and feel guilty, bad, or embarrassed by anything I eat. That creates something of an unhealthy relationship with food, so I diet real good for 6 months and lose 30 pounds, then I slack off and gain 40 pounds back, rinse and repeat. Last year, I gained about 30 pounds because my boyfriend of 5 years told me to lose weight. He demanded it. I was on the lower end of my average weight. He basically wanted me to be borderline underweight for my height. So I got real pissed off, ate a lot of vengeful french fries and hateful ice cream, then broke up with him. I think most people don't notice their calorie intake versus calorie expenditure. Sit on bum and eat goodies versus sit on bum and maintain weight with correct calorie count. Yeah, if I mention to someone that I keep approximate track of the calories that I eat, they all go like, what? Why? Depression mostly. Not just not feeling like exercise, but not feeling worth it, and being anxious about people seeing me or judging me. Had a few bad work situations and just had my confidence beat out of me over the years. So I am on the outside what I am on the inside. It slowly crept up on me. The frigged up part was remembering how fat I was in high school and wishing I could weigh that much again. I was in a relationship with someone who treated me like crap for the last few years, and I really let myself go. I was depressed and stopped caring. I got out of that situation and immediately started losing weight. I'm down about 25 pounds now and still losing, but a 22-year-old girl should not feel like this. My weight has affected my mental health for a while now. I know I'm not huge, but I feel disgusting every day. People tell me I'm beautiful all the time, but I've never believed them. It started in high school. There was a social aspect to eating with my friends. I used to eat bagels every morning, french fries at lunch, candy bars for a snack, and go home and eat dinner as usual. I went to college and went totally crazy in the dining hall and took a little too much advantage of campus delivery specials local takeout places had. I was too intimidated by the gym because of all the juice heads. I'd wash my jeans and think, wow, these shrank in the wash, completely burying my head in the sand when it came to my serious case of muffin top. Then my jeans got those holes in the thighs, time for new ones. I was a size 14, but these sizes run small, right? My butt looked huge, but the mirror was just messed up and distorted my image. Those jeans got too big for me. Those jeans got holes in the thighs. My sides bulged over the waist. I was up to a 16 or 18. I worked at a coffee shop where I helped myself to free pastry samples and whole milk lattes all day. I went shopping at Costco and stepped on a scale. It read 215. No way, those scales are broken. I'd go out for meals with my friends. Photos with me and them had me sporting a double chin. But that was just the bad camera angle. Pizza, Chinese takeout, and fast food were like my three major food groups. I got dressed for class one day and pulled down my pants. They split down the seam. I had no other pants. I felt humiliated and no one else was around. I had to wear coveralls I wore to shop class to regular class because nothing else fit. I knew I had to do something about it. I read Fast Food Nation. I started eating better. Took up going to the gym, and some juice heads were surprisingly nice and encouraging to me. The rest simply didn't care. That is, they didn't look down on the fat chick huffing and puffing at the gym. And now I'm down to 135 and I feel great. It's certainly possible to lose the weight, and it's never too late, and you're never too out of shape to change. During my childhood and into my teenage years, I ate a ton of junk food. Honestly, my mother and father enabled the behavior, although I would never hold anything against them. I knew I was fat, but didn't care to change. Lots of McDonald's, empty carbs, Little Debbie stuff, the whole deal. I was also truly against physical activity of most sorts. I liked sports, but didn't play them. Never went outside, and in general lived a sedentary lifestyle. I was about 214 pounds at my heaviest, as a 5'4" male, so you can imagine I was a chubster. Oddly enough, it was a girlfriend breaking up with me in high school that was the motivator for it to end. I was bored and started playing basketball every day with my friends. I was so active that eating the way I used to was making my body physically ill. I couldn't choke down a fatty school lunch or McDonald's for dinner without throwing it up. By the time I graduated high school, I was down to 140 pounds. The weirdest part was that I didn't even notice it until other people pointed it out. Freshman year, I packed on another 5, which is almost a rite of passage for all freshmen. Junior year, I decided I wanted to be physically fit and actually scrutinize the things I ate on a meal-to-meal basis. As a result of that, at my lowest, I was 115 pounds. I was uncomfortable being that light, because honestly I wasn't sure if that was a healthy weight or not. I've hovered around 120 pounds for a couple of years now, although I put on 5 to 7 since moving in with my girlfriend because she is an amazing cook and I haven't exhibited an ounce of self-control. Within the next year, I'll be down a little below 120 again. My advice to any person, really, is to be happy with the way you look. If you are unhappy being overweight, then the onus is on you to make that change. I didn't change in high school because I wasn't self-conscious of how fat I was. I was always popular and had some success with girls, so my weight never bothered me. It really wasn't until college that I began to really monitor it. But truly, if you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, make that change. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Our first featured narwhal of the day is Jenny55N, and they say, excited to share I've lost 30 pounds, 221 to 192, starting January 2020. My goal is 120, still have a bit of a ways ahead. I've adopted a vegan diet, and do intermittent fasting and Seco. This community has been super helpful. I listen to the videos 24/7 to keep me motivated. Dustin1 says, sorry for crappy photo, but I'm 100 pounds down. When you're overweight, you don't have tenacity to take many pictures, so I don't have a before picture. I started losing weight at the beginning of last summer at 330, and almost a year later, I'm at 230. A Purple Kaisa says, started on March 30, 2020, and wasn't binging for the past 4 weeks. The difference in pics is small, but it keeps me going. Terra86 says, hey Narwhals, I love the YouTube channel. My starting weight was 186 pounds. I haven't weighed myself in a month. Since the gym's closed, my workouts consist of jogging and kettlebell. I limited my intake of junk and fast food. I love cooking at home. I'm so happy to continue this journey. Happy Puppy says, me then versus me now. I'm 5'1", 19, and my starting weight was 74 kg or 163 pounds on 06/08/2019. I'm now 61.5 kg or 135 pounds and a lot happier about myself. I can't wait to show the group when I reach my goal weight of 50 kg, 110 pounds. Thanks for being such an amazing community. 1 year to new says, back gains. Not letting quarantine stop me. Still have a long way to go, but love finally seeing progress. Thanks for sharing, future Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching, Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.